Hello everybody, so glad you're back here again today, and I am happy to be here with you. I hope you had a great Mother's Day. If you celebrated that in any way, I know everybody's got different situations going on, but I actually had a very nice Mother's Day. My two daughters took me to this place in our city that is a very historical building, and it used to be only men allowed in this club. Until recently, and now women entrepreneurs are allowed to join, but we were just there as guests because it was a very special Mother's Day tea, and it was also a fundraiser for a women's shelter. So it was a win-win situation. I was with my daughters, had a great day. It was very nice. So welcome to new viewers. I hope you will stay with us as we're growing, and welcome to all of you who have been with me since day one. Last week we did some simple joys from that book of awesome, which I'm going to do a few more at the end of today's video, as well as a short tour of the house with my thrifted items. So I hope you'll stick around for that. And if you want to see some other awesome things that we talked about last week, please click on that video from last week. And some of the comments from you were, I asked what are awesome things for you, and many of them were to do with family. There's the other ones about perfectly toasted toast and so many others that we had, but a lot of them are to do with family, and really that is awesome for all of us, I'm sure. So stories, treasures, and tea, that's us. And I'm going to begin today with treasures. I went to a thrift shop, but also I looked on Facebook Marketplace. And I look at a content creator, Lady Mary Beth, and she inspires me in many ways. She's almost like Martha Stewart kind of person to me. I hope she takes that as a compliment. And she often will look at glassware. So she inspired me to look at glassware, and I came across this item that was on Facebook Marketplace, and this is it. And it is Waterford crystal, which she pointed out, how valuable it can be. And I know it is. I actually went to Ireland with my sisters and with my daughters because my mother was born there. And we went to the Waterford factory. I didn't buy any pieces for me. I did buy a small dish for a couple that were celebrating their 25th wedding anniversary. So I was very glad to find that. It was a very good price for Waterford crystal, and it was on Facebook Marketplace. So the next thing I want to talk about is my tea. Today I have a white tea. And as Heather, my daughter, the tea sommelier, mentioned a few videos ago, and you can look to that one too if you want to learn more about tea. White tea is picked from the first buds or the first blooms of the tea plant. So it's quite subtle, it's gentle and mild, but it also has a good taste. Very nice. I like the white tea. The white tea is more expensive. We have some on Tiamo on our website. And I chose a white tea cup and saucer because I had the white tea. And this cup and saucer, we have a few of these too online. I like it because it has a little space for a cookie or a biscuit. So that's my tea for today. And as far as the stories, I have a few memories I want to share with you because in my family there were 4 sisters. There are now 3. My oldest sister passed away, but each of the sisters, and then I have a brother thrown in there too, but each of the sisters are 6.5 years apart. Interestingly enough, that's what happened. So my sister that's 6.5 years older than me, when I was about 7 or 8 years old, her and I would play school. we would play school. She was the teacher, and I always wanted to be the teacher. And I would say to her, I want to be the teacher this time. And she would say, yeah, you can be the teacher after me. I said, okay. So every time it was time for her to finish being the teacher, she would say, it's time to go to sleep now. It's time for us to go to bed. So that was always a standing joke with us. And as it turned out, many years later, as an adult, I became a teacher. And I always thought that was part of that influence of my childhood. And the other thing we used to play was, we used to play house. And we would be in our bedroom. We had a pretty big bedroom because there's 3 of us that were in that bedroom. And she would say that we just live in this little old apartment. We don't have much money, but we love it. And we would always have water with raisins in it. I don't know why, but that's what we had. So then I remember when I separated, I thought, oh, I'm going to have to live in that little old apartment now. And if I had to, I would have adjusted, but I didn't have to. I went to a townhouse, and then this first townhouse I went to, I never felt at home. I think it was because it was too new after the breakup of the marriage, and I was still emotionally upset. And it was 3 stories. Like I would have to go up 2 flights of stairs to the kitchen. And at first I thought, that's okay, it's good for fitness. But when you're carrying things and you have to go up 2 flights of stairs, it was too much. So within a year, I sold it, and I bought another townhouse that is 1 floor. So at the end of the video, I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour here. I'm not an interior decorator. It's certainly not a mansion like many of the content creators have had videos of that I really enjoy watching as well. So I do hope you enjoy our video. And then I'm going to look at a few more items more closely in that video. And many of the items are thrifted, you know, because I did it all on a budget. And other items that I got maybe on Amazon, I have linked as many as I can. Because I know when I watch a video that has things in the house that I like, I always wonder where that came from, or could I purchase that somewhere? So that's the plan. I also want to tell you about Lilibet. She's not here today because what's happening is my daughter's boyfriend lives on a farm, and he is home right now because he's off work. So Lilibet is at this farm a lot. She loves the farm. She has freedom there. There are cats there. There's a big old German Shepherd there. She loves the farm. So she is there a lot. When she's not here for a few days, I miss her, but that's where she is these days. So I want to tell you that last week we talked about some simple joys that are awesome from that book. I just want to read a few more. If you want to see what were the other awesome things we discussed, you can look at the video from last week. And with your comments, I just loved your comments about your simple joys and your awesome things. So this one says, a long hug when you really need it. I have a nephew that ever since he was a child, he always gave the longest hugs. He does to this day, and he's a grown-up man now, Austin. He lives in Germany now, but I will never forget those long hugs from him. They were awesome. Sleeping with one leg under the covers and one leg out. Awesome. Especially if you're warm and then you want to cool off a bit, that does it. Here's another simple joy, but it's awesome. When your suitcase tumbles down the luggage chute first after a long flight. Welcome to my humble abode. Let's go on in. This is the front hall, of course. This was at a thrift shop for $5. And this table I'm going to talk about later in more detail. The mirror I got as a gift, that was not a thrifted item. And let's go around here to my happy place, my yellow room. I showed a bit of this before, but I changed things around a little bit. Heather's art is on the wall there, and my stitchery that I found that I did in the 70s. And then I continued with that light yellow color into the bathroom. I think that mirror I got from Walmart. This cabinet was a great find. This one was from Canadian Tire, but the sink vanity was on Marketplace, and I thought it was so different. That yellow rug was from Amazon, and they had lots of beautiful colors. Into the kitchen and my living area, and my little kitchen. I quite like it with the white cabinets, and I've got my twinkle lights on there, which I like to have on sometimes at night or if I have company. That bowl, that fruit bowl, I won at a ladies' breakfast. And here's my little kitchenette with the tulips that we got from the tulip farm, and those beautiful ice cream dishes from a thrift shop. And then into the living area. Oh, and this is Lilibet's place. She likes to hang out when she's here. And here is my baker's rack, which I wanted forever. I think I got that on Facebook Marketplace. Yes, I did. And more flowers I've got in here, and those cushions I got from Giant Tiger, a great deal. And then up here, the letters home, I got that in a thrift shop. The two orange birdies I got at HomeSense. There's my tea cart that I refinished that Heather gave me as a gift. And that Tiffany light was from the shopping channel. Let's go on outside. This beautiful pansies were from Walmart. And the deck is small, but I love it. I love it because there's my comfort place where I sometimes read, and I got those cushions from Dollarama. I love it because I have this beautiful view. That's not my property, but I do have the view of it. Very fortunate to have that. And all the dandelions are out, which I love. What do you think of dandelions? Let me know what your opinion of dandelions. And then I'm going to look at a few more items more closely in that video. And many of the items are thrifted, because I did it all on a budget. And other items that I got maybe on Amazon, I have linked as many as I can. Because I know when I watch a video that has things in the house that I like, I always wonder where that came from, or could I purchase that somewhere? So that's the plan. And this, of course, is my laundry room. And I got that decal from Amazon. They have all different decals. And I had that door with the light there just to make it opened up a bit. This hall table, I've had it for years, but it was that mahogany, shiny kind of finish. And we did it with that mineral fusion paint that I love. And we just put on new handles. And those are the little birdies. And this special table was, we got it from a thrift place, and Heather and her father finished it because it was brown and rusty, and it was old stone, and they put this very special wood on it and finished it. It's called Ambrosia Maple. There's my Waterford crystal. So pretty. And that flowered tabletop was from Dollarama. This was a thrifted teapot that I showed last week with the little English garden. And this is just kind of a close-up of Heather's art, and another piece that I found for $3.99. Into my bathroom. This is the bathroom off my bedroom. That rug was from Giant Tiger. And so is this beautiful little pearl tie back. I thought that was so pretty. And I just made this room dark gray with white accents. That picture was from Facebook Marketplace. And this little thing is a little fridge for skincare products. I love it. It was from Amazon, and this is also on Amazon, which is a jade face roller. I love that cold on the face. And rosehip seed oil. I love that make, and I use that every day. I love it. I also want to tell you about Lilibet. She's not here today because what's happening is my daughter's boyfriend lives on a farm, and he is home right now because he's off work. So Lilibet is at this farm a lot. She loves the farm. She has freedom there. There are cats there. There's a big old German Shepherd there. She loves the farm. So she is there a lot. When she's not here for a few days, I miss her, but that's where she is these days. So I want to tell you that last week we talked about some simple joys that are awesome from that book. I just want to read a few more. If you want to see what were the other awesome things we discussed, you can look at the video from last week. And with your comments, I just loved your comments about your simple joys and your awesome things. So this one says, a long hug when you really need it. I have a nephew that ever since he was a child, he always gave the longest hugs. He does to this day, and he's a grown-up man now, Austin. He lives in Germany now, but I will never forget those long hugs from him. They were awesome. Sleeping with one leg under the covers and one leg out. Awesome. Especially if you're warm and then you want to cool off a bit, that does it. Here's another simple joy, but it's awesome. When your suitcase tumbles down the luggage chute first after a long flight. I love it. I'm going away next week, so the week after that, I will let you know if my luggage did that. And I will let you know all about where we went. Returning to your warm, comfy bed after getting up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Awesome. Here's another one that I love. The smell of books. Sometimes I love the smell, but I always will smell a book. And sometimes I don't like it if it's like chemical print or whatever, but generally I love the smell of books. And the last one, remembering how lucky we are to be here right now. Awesome. So I hope you have a wonderful week. I will not see you next week, but I'll see you the week after. And I hope that you will consider subscribing if you haven't already. And until next week, bye-bye.